29 मिनट।
ओके, स्टार्ट करते हैं। Good morning, students. This is first lecture for chapter 8, remainder and factor theorem. Generally, two questions will be asked from this chapter. So, easily you can get 6 or 7 marks. Now, in this chapter, we have to discuss 2 points: remainder theorem and factor theorem. Clear? So, let us start topic 1. To find the remainder theorem. Topic 1. To find the remainder when a polynomial fx is divided by linear divisor x minus k. Now you are familiar with the terms dividend, divisor, remainder, quotient. Here, when any number is divided by, suppose 19 is divided by 2, so here the quotient is. So this number is called dividend. This is called divisor. This one is called divisor. This is called dividend. This is called quotient, and this one is called remainder. So here we are going to discuss how to find remainder when a polynomial. Here number is divided by a number. Now here in this class we are going to discuss what will be the remainder when any polynomial is divided by a linear divisor x minus k. Clear? So let us write one question. There are several methods to find the remainder when a polynomial is divided by linear divisor. Clear? So I am going to discuss 3 methods. Now suppose a polynomial fx. Here polynomial can be represented by fx, ax. Clear? They are the general notation for polynomial. So we are using here fx. So let fx is a polynomial. Let it be x cube minus 5x plus 3. Now suppose this is a polynomial and this polynomial is divided by divisor x minus 2. Suppose this polynomial is divided by the divisor x minus 2. So what will be the remainder? Clear? So we can find the remainder by many methods. So write first method. What we have to find? Remainder when this polynomial is divided by divisor x minus 2. Here divisor is linear. You can see divisor is linear. Linear is what? The power of x is 1. And divisor may have any and the polynomial may have anything. It may have any degree. It may have any degree. So let's discuss method 1. So one method is very simple. Divide the polynomial x cube minus 5x plus 3 by x minus 2. This method already we have got in lower classes. Yeah, division of algebraic division. So divide this. So first of all you have to answer x cube. So multiply x minus 2 by x square. X square into x, it will be x cube. This into this minus 2x square. Clear? Now change the sign, minus plus. So this x is cancel. Now 2x square. This is minus 5x and plus 3. Now plus 2. So 2 plus 2x. 2x into x. 2x square, this into this minus 4x and this into so now minus and plus. So this is cancelled. Here we get minus x plus 3. Now to cancel this, write here minus 1 into x minus x and plus 2. So plus minus. This will be cancelled. So remainder is 1. So this is the value of remainder. Remainder is 1. And this is called quotient. So when this polynomial divided by x minus 2, remainder will be 1. So this method already you are knowing here. We have got this method in the lower classes. Here, general method. Now the other method is method 2. We have synthetic real method. This is called general method. This is called general method. Now method 2, you can call it synthetic real method. Synthetic division method. Now in this method, we will do the same thing in easy way, shortcut method. We will do the same thing in shortcut method. That is called synthetic division method. So what you have to do here, write the coefficient of polynomial here. In synthetic division method, we have to write the coefficient of polynomial. So here the coefficient of x cube is 1. Here the coefficient of x cube is 1. Now next term should be x square. But x square is not here. So if any term is missing, then in that place write the coefficient 0. Here in this polynomial, term of x cube is there. After that, the term of x square must be there. After x cube, there must be a term of x square. There must be a term of x and then constant term. So here this term is missing here. So to complete this polynomial, here in place of missing term, write the coefficient 0. Because this can be written as what? X cube plus 0 into x square minus 5x plus 3. This is called complete polynomial. This is called incomplete polynomial. This is called complete polynomial. If each degree is present, then it is called complete polynomial. So in this method, you have to make the polynomial complete. If any term is missing, in place of that term, write the coefficient 0. Now this is important for this method. Now, in this method, there is no need of making a polynomial complete, but in this method, it is compulsory to make the polynomial complete. So here x square is not there, so in place of that, write coefficient 0, coefficient of x, that is minus 5, and the constant of 3. Now, do a vertical line. Now we have to divide it by x minus 2. So put x minus 2 equal to 0. Put x minus 2 equal to 0. So from here you get x is equal to what? 2. So write the 2 here. Now draw horizontal line. Now write the first coefficient as it is. Write the first coefficient as it is. Write the first coefficient as it is. Now multiply this 2 with this 1. 2 into 1. 2 right here. Now add this 2. It will be 2. Now multiply this with this. 2 into 2. 4 right here 4. Now add this 2. So it will be minus 1. Now multiply 2 into minus 1. It will be minus 2. Now add this 2. It will be 1. So first three numbers represent coefficient of quotient. First three numbers in these three numbers represent coefficient of this represent coefficient of quotient. And this represent remainder. This represent remainder. Clear? So what is the value of quotient? What is the value of quotient? So first three numbers represent coefficient of quotient. Quotient is this one. Clear? So coefficient of x square. suppose in the quotient when this cubic polynomial is divided by linear divisor, of course degree of quotient will be second degree. So x square x is constant. So coefficient of x square will be 1. Coefficient of x will be plus 2. And coefficient constant will be minus 1. There is no need of writing this one. So this is the value of cosine. Now what is the value of remainder? So the last number representing remainder. So remainder is 1. So from this method also we have got the same remainder 1. The remainder is 1. So this is called synthetic division method. Now remember in this method, see it actually same this method. Here we have used shortcut trick to divide the polynomial. This method is called synthetic division method. Now in this method, you have to be very careful that the polynomial should be complete. The polynomial should be complete for this method. What is the meaning of complete polynomial? Complete polynomial means in this polynomial there should be term of each degree. Here the highest degree is 3. Highest degree of this term is 3. It means in this polynomial there should be a term of degree 3. There should be a term of degree 2. There should be a term of degree 1 and constant term. So if you want to make this polynomial complete, write x cube. Here x square is missing. So in that place you can write 0 into x square. Now x term of x is there, minus 5x and plus 3. So this is called complete polynomial. So in this synthetic division method, polynomial should be complete. Now how you have to do? Write the coefficient here and method I have already discussed. Now third method. Now method 3. Method 3. Now another method is here the polynomial is x cube minus 5x plus 3. Clear? And the divisor is x minus 2. So put the divisor equal to 0. Put divisor equal to 0. So from here you will get x is equal to 2. So what will be the remainder? Remainder is equal to value of polynomial. Value of this polynomial at this value. X is equal to 2. Remainder is equal to value of this polynomial at x is equal to 2. It means in this polynomial, in place of x substitute 2. So 2 cube, in place of x we have to substitute 2. Minus 5 into 2 plus 3. So this is equal to 8 minus 10 plus 3. So 8 plus 3 we have minus 10 and that is 1. So remainder is 1. So these are the three methods to find the remainder when polynomial f(x) is divided by linear divisor x minus a. This method is called general method. This is called synthetic division method. Now and this is called remainder theorem. This method is called remainder theorem. This method is called remainder theorem that we have to discuss in this chapter. Clear? So now you can decide the merit and demerit of all the methods. Clear? Now merit of general method is what? What is the merit of this method? Merit of this method is that you can find the remainder when divisor has any degree. Clear? Divisor has any degree, you can find the remainder. So this is the merit of general method. Clear? If in place of linear divisor, if it is divisor of higher degree, then also you can find the remainder. Now what is the demerit of this method? What is the demerit of this method? Demerit is that it takes time. Clear? In the calculation it takes time. Now what is the merit of this method? Merit of this method is you can easily find the remainder and quotient. Clear? But the demerit is this method can be applied only can be applied even the divider has degree more than 1. Yeah, but this method can be applied only when the divider is linear. Now, and what is the merit of this remainder theorem? So it takes very less time to find the remainder. But again, demerit is, so it has two demerits. First demerit is, this theorem has two demerits. First demerit is, this theorem can be applied only when divider is linear. If divider has degree more than 1, then it cannot be applied. So this can be applied only when the divider is linear. And the other demerit is, here you cannot find the quotient. You are able to find the remainder only. What will be the value of quotient? For quotient, either you have to use this method or you have to use this method. So there are two demerits of divider theorem. First demerit, you cannot apply this theorem if divider has degree more than 1, and so the second demerit, you cannot find the quotient. You can find only remainder. But the merit is, easily you can find the remainder. So that is the merit of remainder theorem. Now let us consider one more. So in the next class we will discuss some more question, and then we will start factor theorem. And after that